Hi guys, and welcome back. If you are new here, this is a literary odyssey, and I am Angelica Nagy. And for those who are returning, thanks for coming back. Today's video is going to be a little different than what I normally do because if you have visited my channel before, you know that I normally review novels, fictionary tales, but today I'll be talking about the stock market 101 by Michele Cagan. The reason why I picked up this book is because, new year, new me. I wanted to set out a goal to read at least 10 books in the category of financial growth because this year I really focused my theme on growing both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as well as literary. So I went to Barnes & Noble's without a clear idea as to what book I was going to pick up. I actually had my husband choose this book out of two because I really didn't know what to pick. And I'm so glad that he chose this one because I read this book in about 2 days. And as soon as I was done with it, I immediately wanted to open it back up and start all over. This book has a wealth of knowledge. Personally, I was a little bit worried going into this book because knowing me, I really don't like nonfiction books because honestly, they're just boring. That's why I didn't really achieve good grades in history and stuff like that. I find nonfiction boring. But this one was actually very entertaining. She gave a very good description of the stock market. I thought going into this, it was going to give me kind of like trade ideas on when to buy, when to sell, which it did. But this actually mainly talked about what the stock market is. I don't personally think I can give this book the justice that it is due, but I think this book should definitely go along with a book of physical strategies because this book describes why those strategies are in place. Like I said, after reading this, I took so many notes while I was reading this book because, like I said, it's just a wealth of knowledge. And so the idea that it gave me this year was being income tax time. I actually wanted to go about investing and making my dollar go further than what it is, than just getting our tax refund and then spending it, on whatever I wanted, and then the money is gone. I'm really focused on growth. And so I really encourage you guys, if you want, I know the stock market can seem very scary because honestly, even after this book, I still felt like I needed to do a ton of research. It gave me a little bit of confidence, but I definitely plan on going out and finding a really good full service broker to help me out because I know my limits. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, I just read one book and now I know everything about the stock market. No, I'm one of those people who are very cautious. I like to do a lot of research and I plan to read a lot more books and strategies on the stock market. It's not personally where I would stop. I plan on looking into bonds and all that stuff, but like I said, in this year, I'm all about that growth. And I highly encourage you guys to pick this book up because she also provides stories at the end. The last chapter is about very famous investors in the past who have made themselves go from rags to riches, as well as those who completely plummeted. So she definitely focuses on the highs and lows of the stock market. But as a teacher, I personally believe obviously knowledge is power, and if you're scared, just continue to pick up books about the subject, read, grow your knowledge, and eventually you will feel the confidence to take a step forward and think about investing, pushing your dollar further, going the extra mile, and just being smart about your finances. So what I'm going to do on this channel this year is really not step away from my ultimate goal of reading all the books on the New York Times bestseller, but really focus on avenues of books that I haven't tried before. Because as a teacher, I teach people to push their limit. And I really want to do this year. So I'm going to dive a lot into nonfiction text as well. So with that being said, I encourage you to pick up the book Stock Market 101 by Michele Cagan. You cannot go wrong.